I'm excited to announce a study that I'm going to begin on September the 23rd, Wednesday, September the 23rd. And I've entitled that study, Himalaya of the Spirit. About half my life ago, I began a doctoral program that was going to absolutely transform my future. And in that study, I had the incredible privilege of climbing into the Himalayas. Or let me put it another way. I didn't have to do the climbing. I was transported into the Himalayas of the Spirit as I studied the great spiritual classics of Christian history. I want to share with you my personal life purpose, and I think that will put it into perspective. My life purpose statement, and this is, I'm reading from my life purpose journal, says that I will pursue fiercely, present passionately, and inspire creatively the highest life possible. First in me, then to every person at every opportunity. The highest life possible. Have you ever thought of what that might look like? And I got a glimpse of it as I journeyed with these spiritual leaders down through the history of the church, like Saint Augustine, like Teresa of Avila, Saint John of the Cross, Saint Ignatius of Loyola, who amazingly were contemporaries in Spain during the period of the Spanish Inquisition, whose works take us up to the Himalaya of the Spirit. Recently, I've been reading the National Geographic, and on the very front is the word Everest. You know, Mount Everest has always been, whenever it has been stated, has inspired the amazing work, the amazing ability of humanity to reach to the highest level. And in this article, in this edition, I was reading about Sandy Irvine and George Mallory, who in 1924 sought to reach the top of Mount Everest. Did they make it to the top? We do not know. The body of George Mallory has been found. And those who climb the mountain can see that where he fell and where he landed, he is in that same position. No one has moved him. What we don't know is whether he died on the way down after ascending to the top or on the way up. Sandy Irvine's body has never been found. Even very recently, in this, one of the articles in this edition, it talks about the continuing search for Sandy Irvine's body, because one of them carried a Kodak camera. It wasn't with George Mallory. So the thinking was that it is on the body in the pocket of Sandy Irvine, but we haven't found his body. And so the mystery continues as to who ascended to Mount Everest first. And then, of course, almost 100 years ago, 100 years ago, Tenzing Norway and his partner made it up to the top of Mount Everest for the first time, or maybe for the second time. Now, let me go back because I'm using that as an illustration. The Himalaya of the Spirit. It inspires me. And I'm excited to begin this series on Wednesday, September the 23rd. Now, prior to that, this series, it's going to be interactive, possibly Zoom. And then, even prior to that, I'm going to be doing some readings from one of the classics that we're going to cover each week. And the very first one is Evelyn Underhill. The book is called Mysticism. This is an incredible study in spiritual consciousness that she did at the turn of the century. She studied many of the great spiritual teachers to come up with a pattern of how we can explore the Himalaya of the Spirit. So I'm not going to say any more than what I'm saying here, but I hope that I will come up with another thought, another video prior to that. But I hope that you will make time to join me in this, what for me is the amazement of what these writers experienced in the Himalaya of the Spirit. So that's all I'm going to say for now. I hope that you will join me as I continue to present to you the possibility of this growth experience. Until next time, goodbye for now.